Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome into the Techno Tinker. I'm going to do a video a little bit different today. I'm going to kind of combine two videos into one. We have the Asus ROG Ally. First part I'm going to do a teardown. Second part I'm going to do a 3-month review on it and kind of what I think about it, pros and cons. I'm going to try to remember to, in the description, put a timestamp on it and timestamp on the screen to kind of help you out and when the second part starts. For the first part, we'll jump right into it and go ahead and get started. So if you want to upgrade the M.2 on it, it's super easy to take apart the Ally. It's a size 1 Phillips. You're gonna have 6 screws to start with. They are not captive except for this one right here that will stay in, but the other ones will all work their way out. So on this unit, I've already replaced the M.2 on this one with a 1 terabyte. I didn't do a 2 terabyte just due to cost, but luckily Asus made the Ally easy to work on and take apart. It's not complicated. What you'll want to do once you get the 5 out and the 1 loose, you're going to want to take a pry tool. Plastic, not metal. Don't use something metal to try to work it apart because you will jar the plastic really badly. You just want to work your way in. Until you finally get it lifted off. Once you get the cover off, if you want to replace the M.2, there's gonna be this kind of black piece of plastic here as a shield. It's just glued in, so you'll just gently pull it off and set it aside. You'll have 1 Phillips screw for the M.2. It is a 2230 size NVMe M.2 Gen 4. If you're familiar with motherboard M.2s, they kind of lift up and pull out. This one doesn't lift up, you just pull it straight out. And then if you need to replace the battery, you'll have 4 screws in total holding the battery on each side, and then the top, and the 1 connector slides straight out. There is a video I have been wanting to do and been thinking about doing it more recently, is repasting the CPU and APU cooler with like Grizzly Cryonaut Extreme, something really high end, or even KPX, and then also removing the dust filters on here just to see what the maximum potential cooling is with unrestricted airflow and a lot better quality thermal paste. If that is something you guys are interested in seeing, let me know down in the comments and I can work on making that video and get it up for you guys. If you need to replace the fans, these fans are replaceable. I can also put that in the video as well, since you will be taking all of that off. So outside of replacing the M.2, you'll simply just replace the piece of plastic and then throw the back cover on, making sure it snaps in. And then we're going to go ahead and replace the screws on the back cover. So there's also a couple accessories that I did do for this thing that I really liked and I found enjoyable. Since it comes with a little cardboard stand, which I'm not greatly impressed with, I did wind up 3D printing a stand that I found, and it's worked really well. I've liked it so far. It holds it nicely, and it also doesn't cover the intake vents on the back side, Some of the ones I did find and tried printing, they stuck up really high and were actually starting to block off the vents. So I wasn't a big fan of those ones. And I also 3D printed a dust cover for the eGPU port that just leaves the USB-C. I really like this one because it, one, keeps everything kind of out of that port, but two, I don't like how wiggly that USB-C is when it's plugged in. There's not a lot kind of protecting it and holding it from causing damage if you're pulling it too hard. This does add a little bit of security to that since it's up higher out of the port. So I do like that aspect of it. But that is it for the teardown on this, for as far as I'm going to tear it down today. Like I said, if you're wanting to do the video or have me do the video of me repasting it and taking off the dust filters, I can also go through a little bit more in-depth guide, because the joysticks will have to come out to get the cooler out, so I can do a deeper dive on that. Comment down below if that is something you want me to do, and I can work on getting that type of a video up. But now we're gonna switch gears. 3-month review on it and what I've experienced so far, because I pre-ordered this and I picked this up on launch day. And to get started with the kind of down and dirty, for the con side, the only big con I have is my SD card reader actually wind up going out on this one. It hasn't burned any SD cards and taken any out, but the actual reader itself has fully stopped working. I can't get any cards no matter what format. I've tried redoing the drivers for it. There's a diagnostic system that you can kind of go into, and it can diagnose everything except for the SD card reader. And so my next step would be to RMA. I don't think I'm going to with this unit, since it is a very popular issue. I have gotten really lucky with this unit from the sounds of it from other people. I've had no issues with it, so I think I'm going to keep this one. I think it is the SD card controller that has died on this unit due to the symptoms that I kind of got with it. The other con that it's not really a con, but more so of a gripe, the 120 hertz screen, it doesn't have enough horsepower in the hardware to really utilize that outside of getting an eGPU. But for the cost of the eGPUs, it's hard to justify getting one due to the cost of the style and price of them. It's really hard to justify the 120 hertz screen when a 60 hertz screen would have worked really nicely with the hardware that it has, and also maybe reduce the price a little bit. That would have been a nice one. For the pros though, the performance on the battery and when it's plugged in as well, I think is really good. The performance in general, I'm super happy with. Trying to hit that 60 frames per second to meet the 60 hertz mark of the screen when you set it down, I think is really good. I'm impressed with it. The screen itself too, I do like. The 1080p is nice up from the Steam Deck's 800p, and the colors on this are very vivid and crisp. I do like the colors. They pop really nicely on the screen. The screen is super sharp. And then going back to the teardown, Asus did a really good job with the disassembly of this on the back side, and being able to lay everything out in a very good manner. There are some subjective points that I want to hit on, but these ones aren't as kind of a main priority for me, because everyone's opinions are different when it comes to subjective matters, like the ergonomics of it and how it fits in your hand. I think they did a really good job on this. I love how it fits in my hand. I know everyone's hand's different. Some people aren't gonna like the way the M buttons on the back are, or the way the handles are. I think this fits my hands really well. I really like the ergonomics of this and how it just sits in your hands with the weight. I haven't had any hot spots to where it caused like discomfort in my hands holding it for a long period of time. And then aesthetically, I think this thing is absolutely gorgeous. I like the way the white is, the way the RGB for the thumbsticks are. The stickers that are on it are, not much, but it does I like the way they look and add a different kind of flair to it. But overall, I like it being white. It's really nice. I was worried at first with the white getting dirty and staining, but 99% isoprene alcohol has done wonders taking it off. You know, going out working on my car, obviously I'm gonna wash my hands and stuff with the grease, but you know, there's still residue of grease, you know, that stain on your hand. I haven't had any issues with it. I've been really happy with how the white can kind of clean up. Now the biggest one is cost. Everyone's financial situation is different. No two people are in the same, so I can't tell you, you know, yes, this is worth the money, you should go out and buy it. For me, the money for this, I'm absolutely happy with. I'm really pleased with this purchase. I would purchase this again. I love this unit, but not everyone's financial situation's, you know, the same. A lot of people, this is way out of their budget and they can't even remotely think about getting it, where the Steam Deck is a lot more, you know, budget friendly for handhelds in that aspect. Obviously $300 to $400 is still a lot of money for a lot of people. That's not, you know, something to scoff at. That's still a lot of money. But for me, I really like this unit. I don't have a Steam Deck to compare it to. My sister has one and I've used it. I do like the Steam Deck. I think for the price, it drives a really hard bargain to beat for the price for it. Overall, I'm really impressed with this. It's held up great, at least for my unit. I've heard a lot of people have had issues with blue screens of death and various things with it. I haven't had any issues with this one. That's why I'm having a hard time of wanting to RMA it and possibly get a different unit that may have another issue later down the line. But that is it for my 3-month review. There's not a whole lot that I can say with it. I'm really pleased with this unit. I try to release a video every Thursday, every week, consistently. If this is stuff that you like and you enjoy it, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It really helps me out. I'm trying to take it serious with releasing videos every week to make sure there's always content out. I hope you guys have a safe day. Thank you for watching, and until next time.